What is up, people, and welcome back to my Rags to Riches F1 2010 to 2014 career mode. This is the career mode where we go from one of the worst teams in F1 2010, work our way up through the ranks and through the teams, and try and get a drive for one of the best teams in F1 2014. We are currently in the F1 2013 season, the Singapore Grand Prix, Season 4, Round 13. If we have a look at the standings after 12 rounds of the season, we're on 97.6 in the standings, which at the moment is a Force India seat for F1 2014. But we are closing in on Mark Webber, so he could possibly be in contention for the McLaren seat by the end of this race. And we could also close up quite a bit to Alonso and Rosberg for both the Ferrari and the Williams seats. But we'll just have to wait and see. Fingers crossed on that one. But looking at the race information for the Singapore Grand Prix, it's not looking good. It is heavy rain all weekend. However, it was supposed to be dry during Belgium and it rained during that one. So maybe it's actually going to be dry during the Singapore Grand Prix. I mean, I can only have my fingers crossed for that one because I really do not want to drive heavy rain at the Singapore Grand Prix. Teammate challenge data. We are getting absolutely thrashed by Fernando Alonso, so that's not very good. And race information for the Italian Grand Prix. Alonso actually won that one and we came third. So it was another good result for both us Ferrari drivers, and that was our third podium of this year. Not a third podium of our career. I'm not actually too sure how many podiums we have at this point, but it's quite a lot. We're definitely into the high teens, maybe early 20s, I think, at the moment for podiums so far in the Rags to Riches career mode. But without any further ado, let's head over to the Singapore Grand Prix. It's that time again. It's one shot qualifying at a very damp Singapore Grand Prix. What sort of qualifying lap time can we set here today as we cross the line to start our flying lap? Down in towards turn 1. It's going to be very tricky in these wet conditions, as well as not knowing my braking points for these corners. So wish me luck, guys, because this is going to be a tough one. Right, here we go then. Final few corners of the Singapore Grand Prix. It's been a tricky lap here today, but it's not too bad. We're about second off the pace, which should put us in the midfield area as we come around the final corner now. Down on the throttle through the final corner, down towards the line. Was the time good enough for... Okay, 6th place. Was not expecting that. Roman Grosjean getting pole position. Wow, look at that. Roman Grosjean getting pole position, beating Alonso by 0.2 of a second. Where on earth did that come from? Where on earth did that come from? Kimi Räikkönen's all the way down in P10 and Roman Grosjean just blows everybody out the park and gets pole position. That is absolutely incredible. Fernando Alonso, my teammate, lines up in 2nd with Lewis Hamilton 3rd. Nico Rosberg 4th. Sebastian Vettel 5th. And it's myself in 6th. Was really not expecting that, being 1.6 seconds off the pace of the pole man. So that is pretty surprising there. Mark Webber, he is behind me in 7th. So my rival already beating him in the first round of battle. Jenson Button in 8th, Sergio Perez 9th, and Kimi Räikkönen rounding out the top 10. Any surprises in qualifying? No, not really. So without... Actually, where's the other Marussia? Max Chilton up into P14. Good result there for him. So that's a bit of a surprise. But what can we do from 6th on the grid? Let's find out as we head over to the race for the Singapore Grand Prix. It's race day here at the Singapore Grand Prix. The rain is still with us. It's only 62% chance of rain, so that might ease up as we get to the end of the race. We're just going to have to wait and see. Starting in P6, a really good qualifying. Quite surprising as we were 1.6 seconds off the pace. Roman Grosjean lining up in pole position, which is an even bigger surprise. Don't know how he did it. Do not know how he did that because there was no way he could have gone onto the dry tyres at the end of that session. Teammate challenge. Yeah, still getting smashed by Alonso. He out-qualified me once again, which is really disappointing. And the race strategy for today, starting on the intermediate tyres, and it should be able to take us all the way to the end. But we'll just have to wait and see if that tyre wear at Singapore is quite tough. So we struggle with tyre wear quite a lot this season, and I'm expecting that to continue here today. But we wait and see. Maybe we will come in for the dries at the end of the session. We will just have to wait. But that is all to talk about. Let's head down to the track and get today's race underway. There he is, Roman Grosjean. How on earth did he do it? He's lining up in pole position. He is lining up in pole position for today's race. You've got my teammate Fernando Alonso in 2nd, myself in 6th. I've got the Red Bull of Vettel and the Mercedes of Rosberg just ahead of me. I've got Mark Webber and Jenson Button right on my tail. The lights start to come on. We go to 5 red lights. It is lights out and away we go for the Singapore Grand Prix. Straight away putting up into rich mix and using a bit of our curves down in towards turn 1. Going to brake later. than some of these guys. Try and pick a gap there, but Rosberg sort of pinned me, boxed me in between the two Red Bulls, and we couldn't get anything done. But Fernando Alonso losing positions, dropping through the field at the moment. We're getting past Sebastian Vettel. Can we do anything to... Sorry, I got a really bad cough as I got the inside of Rosberg and Alonso there. And now Sebastian Vettel has... not Sebastian Vettel, Lewis Hamilton as well. I think he is on my left-hand side. Yes, he is. So do not want to move over to there and take both of us out. We go down in towards this left-hander. Roman Grosjean already running away with today's race. What on earth did he have for breakfast? Because he is killing it at the moment. I honestly don't think I'm going to have anything to catch up with Grosjean. Look at the pace that he's got. Look at the gap that he's got already. Roman Grosjean is an absolute machine in today's race. Oh, that was a scary moment though. Losing the back end through there. Do not want to do that again. Not in a hurry to do that. As I've still got Lewis Hamilton right on my tail. Also got the Red Bull of, I believe that is Sebastian Vettel. And then Fernando Alonso is in 5th. 3.5 seconds. It's not even been a lap. And he's got 3.5 second gap to us. Is he actually Sebastian Vettel in disguise? Like, did Vettel go to Lotus instead of Roman Grosjean? Okay, situation report as we go into the 3rd lap of this Singapore Grand Prix. I've still got Lewis Hamilton and Sebastian Vettel right to my tail, followed by Fernando Alonso and Mark Webber at the moment. Those guys are very close to me at the moment in this race. Got a bit of a train behind me right now. Roman Grosjean still leading the way, still absolutely destroying this race. I'm hoping there's some checks going on in his car at the end of this race, because surely that car is not legal, because that is absolutely flying at the moment. But yeah, everything's going well. P2 at the moment, and hopefully we can carry on with this pace. It's been pretty quiet since the start of today's race. We're here on lap 5 at the moment. Roman Grosjean still has his impressive lead in today's race. 6 seconds the gap now between Roman Grosjean and myself. I still have Lewis Hamilton, Sebastian Vettel, and now Mark Webber right to my tail. Fernando Alonso has unfortunately dropped back a little bit, but these guys behind me just aren't quick enough. They're just not close enough to go for an overtake just of yet. So I'll be waiting to see if they can do anything. The rain is expected to stop apparently in 15 minutes, but they said the same thing 5 minutes ago and then said it just now. So I'm not too sure when the rain actually is going to stop. Hopefully it stops sooner rather than later, but we'll just have to wait and see. Rain is definitely easing off at the moment. Not quite the time for dry tyres just yet, but I don't think we are too far away at the moment. Okay, the rain has stopped out on track at the moment. There's still quite a lot of spray coming off the tyres though, but I think we will be coming into pits for the dry tyres within the next 2 laps. Definitely, 100% next 2 laps in for dry tyres. We've already selected the option tyres. Just going to select them again just to make sure, but definitely going to be in for the option tyres within the next 2 laps. Roman Grosjean though, 21 second lead over me. What on earth is going on? We are definitely struggling with the tyres now. Not just because they are kind of the wrong tyres to be on. I think it's definitely time for the dries. Maybe this lap or the next one. But looking at the tyre where the rear tyres are really struggling, that's really hurting me out of all the slow corners on the circuit. I mean, you have 21, 22 corners on this Singapore Grand Prix circuit. So getting out the slow corners is really difficult at the moment with the tyre wear that we have. I don't know anymore. Do we come in? Don't we come in? I mean, we're struggling with tyre wear, but is it ready for dries? I don't know. The tyres aren't overheating, so it is still the right track temperatures for intermediates, but we can't carry on with this tyre wear, surely. We have to make a pit stop within the next couple of laps. I mean, just look at getting out of these slow corners. I can't do it. I just can't do it. Breaking in towards these ones. The train that I've got behind me, I believe, is all 20 cars. 20, 21 cars behind me. Ah, this is difficult. It's a difficult choice, but we're going to have to take the gamble. We can't carry on with a tyre where as it is. Just look at that. So we're going to have to come into pits. We're going to have to bite the bullet. We're going to have to do it. Into the pits we go. And we're going to go in for a new set of option tyres till the end of this race. Will it be enough, though? Is this the right option? I don't know. I just don't know at the moment. I really don't know whether it was right to come in for the option tyres, but we had no choice. The intermediates were dead completely. It was either that, come in for a new set of intermediates, or come in for a set of dries, and the track is drying out. So, I mean, I do not know whether these dry tyres are going to be ready. I'm just taking it easy out of the pit lane exit just to make sure that I don't get a penalty for crossing that line. But no, the softs, they're just not ready for it. Look at the softs. They're just as bad. This is just like driving on the tyres that we had before. So I've thrown this race away once again, but either way I was going to be way down the field. The only problem is we're on a street circuit this time around, and it's a lot more dangerous to be slip and sliding around a street circuit. Go Bianchi, go. You might as well overtake me, buddy. You're so much quicker right now. Go on, you go on the left-hand side, and your mate can go as well. Oh, stay out the barrier. Oh, for fuck's sake. Why was I trying to fight two back markers when we've got tyres that just will not want to stick to this circuit? Oh, man. It's just like Spain all over again. Making the wrong choice. Throwing away a podium. Oh, either way, I don't think we would have finished on the podium. The tyres would have blown up. And going on to intermediate tyres would have just been as bad because we would have been slow. Well, we wouldn't have been slow, but there would have been a huge gap anyway to the other guys. So either way, we weren't scoring points today. Unless these tyres come to us in the last 3 laps. But looking like it's not going to happen. Okay, I think we may be starting to be back in business now. Because... no, we're not back in business. Oh, come on. I thought we were back in business, but it's just way too wet down towards turn 1. Way too wet at the moment. This is annoying. I just want to be on the right tyres at the right time. Either way, we just weren't going to get any points today. It's really frustrating that the tyres have given up on us. Okay, the gap to the next car is currently 12. Oh, come on. Fuck's sake. I just want to push. That's all I want to do. I just want to push on these tyres. But that is just physically impossible right now. The tyres just don't want to grip, and I'm not surprised. The track is still wet, which is really annoying. Why is it not dried up yet? Why is it not a dry line? I mean, through the final corner, it's not too bad. It's manageable. And we are lapping at 2:04s at the moment. That is awful. That is just dreadful. Down in towards turn 1. That's not too bad either. So maybe they're starting to come to me. But then look at the slide through turn 3. Ah! I'm still lapping around at the moment, just hoping that it's going to be dry tyres in a minute. Because we've got to at least have a chance. But it's just not happening. It's just not going to happen. I'm about to get lapped by Romain Grosjean, which will probably be a good thing, so I can just get this race over and done with. Because these soft tyres, these super soft tyres, aren't going to come into action on this lap. They're not. It's just not going to happen. I mean, braking down to this corner. Look at the slide. We're into the wall. And that's braking earlier than the intermediate point. Oh, what is the point? Romain Grosjean, hurry up, mate. Can you just hurry up? Can you just hurry up and lap me, please? Like, I don't want to carry on anymore. I just don't want to do it. Please, Grosjean. Come on, that's it, buddy. You go past, yep. On your intermediate tyres. Through you go. You go win the race. How on earth has he won the race? How on earth has Romain Grosjean... We should have been in that car. We should have still been in that car. And we probably would have... We might have won the race. I doubt we would have done, but... Oh, what a dreadful race that was. What a waste of my time. What a waste of your time. What a waste of everyone's time. That was just dreadful. Alonso as well. Down in P16. So it looks like the tyre wear for the Ferrari was just terrible. Because Alonso was doing just as bad. He failed to even... I mean, what on earth happened? Romain Grosjean. Hats off to you, sir. Hats off to you. Winning the race by 32 seconds over Lewis Hamilton. Wow. What's going on? How has he done that? How on earth has Romain Grosjean in the Lotus won by 32 seconds? That's absolutely incredible. Lewis Hamilton is in second with Mark Webber third. Then Sebastian Vettel fourth. Kimi Räikkönen in the other Lotus is in fifth. With Jenson Button sixth. Daniel Ricciardo seventh. Good result there for the Toro Rosso. Valtteri Bottas in the Williams also getting into the point. And so did Paul Di Resta and Esteban Gutierrez. So a few shock results here at today's race. With Nico Hülkenberg and Sergio Perez just missing out on the points. The surprise results were Nico Rosberg down in 14th place. Fernando Alonso down in 16th place. And myself down in 22nd. Not a good day for me at all. Yeah, just tyre wear again. Tyre wear issues. I've been really struggling with tyre wear on this game. But this has just been the worst of it. The zero stopper on the intermediate tyres just wasn't going to work today. There was no way I was getting to the end. They were red. I don't know whether it's different on your screen compared to my screen. But they were just... block red when I came into the pits. There was no grip on them. Coming out of slow corners, the rears were spinning up and there was nothing I could do about it. So I thought, you know, take that gamble. Because if we go on to the intermediate tyres anyway, we're going to be at the back of the field. We're still going to have that huge gap to the leaders because I built up quite a bit of a train. I feel like if I was going to do that strategy, I should have pitted a lot earlier. So then I would have had the chance to maybe make my way back through the field and been sort of in the points still. But at the end of the day, it just wasn't meant to be. It just wasn't meant to be. We'll come back stronger. We've got Korea up next, which is a track which I really love. Japan, we've done well in the past there. And India is a track that I do well at as well. So hopefully those 3 tracks next week can get some good results there. And I'll make our way back at the championship. But looking at the championship standings at the moment, we're in P6. Quite a bit behind Mark Webber. Alonso doesn't get any further away from me. He's 50 points between us at the moment. Nico Rosberg as well didn't get any more points in today's race. Lewis Hamilton, the gap to him and Sebastian Vettel right now is 14 points. So it's quite close between those 2 drivers. But the main target is still Nico Rosberg and getting that Williams or Ferrari seat for 2014. We'll just have to wait and see what we can achieve. Looking at the constructors' standings, though, not a good day for Ferrari. And we've lost out a lot of points to both the Mercedes and the Red Bulls. 138 points is the gap at the moment. Both the Lotus drivers got some seriously good points here today. So they have made a huge stride in trying to close us up. But hopefully that will not be the case. But that's it for today's Singapore Grand Prix. If you enjoyed the episode, don't forget to smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so for daily Formula 1 content. And don't forget to share this video with your friends. And I'll see you next time at the Korean Grand Prix. But until then, it's goodbye from me.